The day is here for all you no paddle, no claw controller players. In this video, I'll be showing you guys the absolute best settings for all standard players. And a standard player just means you use a normal controller with your thumbs on the analog sticks and to click all your actual buttons, and then you use your index fingers on your triggers. It's just an easier way of saying no claw, no paddle players. If you've watched my videos in the past, you might know that I play on 4 paddles, and most of the settings that I try are either paddles or claw players. So today, you standard controller players are finally getting the recognition that you so deserve. To find the best settings for you guys, I actually found the top 6 standard controller players, and I went in and I found all their settings, I found all their binds, I found the controllers that they use. Some of their names you might recognize, some of them you might not, but I found the settings and binds of Chronic Jays, Jarvie, Wavy Jacob, Furious, BH Reload, and Chaos Gaming. And right before I actually get into these settings, I just want to remind you, if you do find this video helpful at all or you're entertained, then please drop a like on it. And if you're new around here, then of course you gotta subscribe to the channel. So I just mentioned those 6 players who I believe to be the top players that don't use claw or paddles. However, none of these guys are really like mainstream huge controller players. Like, none of these guys' names are nearly as known as like Wolfie, Scope, Face Sway. Those are the absolute massive controller players, and all those guys either play claw or paddles. However, that does not take away from how insane these guys are at Fortnite. Chronic Jays is a standard controller player with almost $50,000 in earnings, and most of those earnings are coming from playing on console. But don't get Chronic Jays with a Z confused with Chronic Jays that ends with an S. Chronic Jays ending with an S is also a very insane controller player, and he has over $70,000 earned in Fortnite, but he plays left-hand claw. So for this video, we don't care about him. We only care about Chronic Jays ending in a Z. Then we have Jarvie, who's a standard controller YouTuber. Jarvie has almost 650,000 subscribers across 2 of his channels, and he's kind of known for having like insane aim and just overall insane mechanics, and he drops like super high kill games in arena. Wavy Jacob is a standard controller comp player with over $120,000 in earnings, and he's been absolutely dominating NA West for like years at this point. I'd be pretty surprised if you haven't heard about him. Furious is also a standard controller comp player, and he has over $175,000 in earnings. However, he did actually recently say that he was considering quitting Fortnite, and I think he actually might have like fully quit, but that doesn't take away from how absolutely insane he did on standard controller. So of course we're still going to include him. I mean, he literally won an FNCS on standard controller. That's insane. Then BH Reload is a standard controller YouTuber. He has almost 400,000 subscribers, and even though he doesn't really play Fortnite that much, he's still absolutely insane mechanically. Like, his builds and edit speed is absolutely nuts for standard controller. So of course I had to go ahead and include him as well. And then for the 6th player, we have Chaos Gaming, who's a standard controller YouTuber, and this guy has absolutely insane mechanics. He actually holds the world record for most arena kills in a solo game. He had it set a few weeks ago at 30 kills in a single game, and then just a few days ago he reset his own world record with 32 kills in a single game. And by the way, that's 32 kills in a Champions League arena game. So as you can probably tell by now, we have an insane roster of standard controller players. But now let's go ahead and look at their actual settings. So of course I had to make a trusty Excel sheet with all these guys' settings and binds and controller and everything on it. So you can see all the players' names over on the left. For build, everyone's between a 1.6 and a 2.2. However, Wavy Jacob is a lot lower than everyone else. So actually 5 of the 6 players are either on a 2 or 2.2. Then edit sense gets a little different, but Wavy Jacob is still way down there, lower than everyone else at a 1.5. And then everyone else is between a 1.9 and a 2.2. Look horizontal, we're ranging from 39 to 65. However, when I was watching BH Reload's settings video, he said that he only uses 65-64 sometimes. He said that a lot of the time he also turns this all the way down to like 39 or 40. So in that case, everyone on look horizontal is between a 39 and a 45. And then on look vertical, everyone's gonna be between a 40 and 45. We do have a couple players using boosts. We have Chronic Jays and BH Reload both using some boosts. But then we have Jarvie, Wavy Jacob, Furious, and Chaos all with no boosts. And actually none of them use a ramp boost at all. For these guys' ADS sense, his range is anywhere from 7 to 15. And that's actually for both horizontal and vertical, we're 7 to 15. Looks like the only player using ADS boost is Jarvie with 1 on both horizontal and vertical boost. No ramp boost over there either. The only look dampening time we have is Wavy Jacob at a 0.05. And then Wavy Jacob is also the only player that uses exponential. All 5 of the others use linear. Left stick dead zones are ranging anywhere from 7 to 24. I don't know why BH Reload uses 24 24 left stick dead zone. And then for right stick, we're anywhere from 5 to 14. It seems like the most common dead zone is 10 on both left and right stick. For controllers, we have Chronic, Jays, and Jarvie both on PS5 controllers. We have Wavy, Jacob, and Chaos both on PS4 controllers. BH Reloads on an Xbox One controller, and then we have Furious on a Scuff Infinity Pro. COR is just short for Confirm on Release. So it looks like Jays, Jarvie, and Wavy Jacob all use double edit binds, while Furious, Reload, and Chaos all don't use double edit binds. And when I say double edit binds, I'm not just talking about to reset builds. Everyone uses double edit binds for that as far as I know. I'm specifically talking about a normal edit. So every time these three edit, they have to click another button to confirm, while these three just let go of their trigger and it automatically confirms. Then, like I said, I also found all the binds of these guys. So it looks like every single person except for BH Reload uses X to jump. You have Chronic, Jays, and Furious both using touchpad to edit, while the rest of them are on L3 edit. Everyone except Reload uses a triangle for the pickaxe. Every single one of them uses square to reload. For crouch, we got Jays, Jarvie, Jacob, and Chaos all on R3. Furious is L3 and Reload is on X. Switch mode, we got everyone on circle except for Furious and Jays. Jays on L3, Furious on R3. We got resets on either L1, R1, or R3. Looks like R1 is the most popular. For confirm, we either have R3, L2, or R1. And remember, these top three are the ones that use double edit binds, so they click this every single time they make an edit. And it looks like every single person selects their squares to edit with R2. So it definitely looked like there's some stuff that varies. However, there were a lot of similarities in there. If you notice, in almost all the settings, almost everyone's settings were very close to each other. They were all within a range of like 5 or 6% on each setting. So with that information, I've gone ahead and found the absolute best settings for no claw, no paddles, and the best binds for no claw, no paddles will be right after. So here we go. For both build and edit, we're on a 2.0. Down to look sense on both horizontal and vertical, we're on a 43 with no boost on the look sense. Down to ADS, we're on 11% for both horizontal and vertical ADS with no boost again. No look dampening time, we're gonna be on linear, and then down to dead zones, 10% for each of these. I don't want this video to get super long, so I'm not gonna sit here and explain why these settings are so good, but I did put a lot of time into thinking about these settings, into researching all these pro player settings, and so all I'll tell you is that these settings are really good. I mean, really, they're pretty good for all controller players, no matter what you use. However, they are specifically crafted for those no claw, no paddles players in mind. As for the best controller for you standard players, between these 6 players, there was a nice mix. There were PS5, PS4, there were scuffs, there were Xbox One, so I wouldn't really worry about the specific controller that you're using. That doesn't really seem to matter if you're not playing claw or paddles. Now here are what I think are the best no claw, no paddles binds. So we're gonna be on an L3 switch mode, a touchpad edit, an R3 crouch, an X jump, I just threw map on circle, square reload, triangle pickaxe, and then for edit controls, we have R1 for reset, R2 for select, and then R3 on confirm. And with those settings, I think it's best to have confirm edit on release turned on, but that's just my preference. Half these controller players have it turned on, and half of them have it turned off. So for you no claw, no paddle players, definitely give these settings a shot in game, and I hope this video helped.